leading up to that, I haven't shared much of my story, and I've had lots of funny things like happen to me, like even like sad things, and I just think it's a great way because we all go through rejection, we all go through going to the toilet, like maybe having a number two, like everyone does. This is the number one place if you're looking to move forward faster in your career. So today I've got a special guest. Boom, boom, shake the room. This is the job. They're so happy. You know, this is the best thing since like sliced bread. You know, how was your first day? It was amazing. How was your first week? It was brilliant. How was your first month? Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right. How about the second month? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. The third month? Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the problem, the obstacle, or the challenge better than the client, then they're going to assume that you know the solution. So I'm going to repeat that because I was just spitting fire and someone's going to need to call the emergency. Value, and we are going to absolutely be spitting fire. People can see and they can feel if you're not certain and you're trying to close someone, you're trying to pitch and you're talking about your irresistible offer and you're not certain about that, they can Hey, super legends, superheroes, and superstars. My name's Dre, and welcome to a special edition, a Christmas edition of the Hot Hire podcast. I am pumped. I'm excited. So just to let you know, there is about a 20-second delay. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on LinkedIn. So if you guys are watching live, let me know where in the world you are tuning in from, what platform you're tuned into. And if you're watching the replay, you know the drill, #replay. All right, so today's guest, oh man, so I had her on almost a year ago to the day, and she was transitioning from her corporate job into coaching, and I'm just so excited about, she's had a phenomenal journey as well. So let's do it. Let's get her out. So without any further ado, I'm going to give a big massive warm welcome to Melinda Warnecke.
Oh, that's what an amazing welcome. Good morning, Dre.
Good morning. All right, my internet be a bit dodgy because you froze then. What was? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I've got you good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just going to keep going. So it's been a whole year since we've, I know I have spoken to you, like we've sent messages, but do you want to tell us a little bit about that from, you know, what you're doing before in the corporate world to coaching and what's happened in that time?
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Yeah, your internet is a little bit glitchy, but we'll just keep going because that's what we do. Yeah, so it's been a year. It's been a year to the day since we connected last on live. What a journey, holy moly. So it's the 24th of December, 2021. On the 23rd of December last year, I was truly starting to embrace the fact that I decided I was going to be a coach. I had been in leadership roles for 20 plus years and had been in executive roles for about 8 of those 20 years. So run really, really big teams, making lots of other people a lot of money. Very, very good at my job, marketing, fundraising, the whole gamut when it comes to the not-for-profit sector. In my role in corporate, managing teams meant that I really had to understand human behavior. And I had my own personal journey that I had been going on in personal development. And I started to find that I was using tools from that and bringing it into the workplace. So when I'd have my one-on-ones with my team, I was more interested in what was going on for them in here rather than their output as a team member, because I knew, I knew that if their mindset was right and if they were feeling fulfilled and happy, that they'd be high performers, right? And so I focused all of my leadership in and around that area. And then it just kind of hit me, COVID hit. Not long before COVID, I'd started coaching education because I decided perhaps I wanted to get a little bit more knowledge on how to be a coach and understand the models more and understand the techniques, because I had a son that was soon going to be a teenager. And I was thinking, you know what, I really want to get this right. And I want to make sure I've got my shit together. So I'd started that, and then COVID hit. And so I went really hard into my studies at home. Being in Melbourne, we're lockdown capital of the world, 270 odd days locked up. Yeah. So I made the most of it. I worked my 8.5-hour days, 5 days a week, and then probably 3 or 4 hours every day. I was deep into this education, and I just loved it. And then I was using it every day on my team. They're going through their own trauma of lockdown. They're going through anxiety, depression. And I found wow, this was really, really working. And so, this time last year when we first met, I was making that decision. It happened in here. It was, you know what, I'm doing this. So I joined Point One Mastermind. And the Point One Mastermind was probably the scariest thing I've ever done. That investment in me, I've never spent that much money on myself. I've been on holidays at some crazy places all over the world, but I'd never actually spent that sort of money on me. And when I did that, something changed. Something really, really shifted. And it's the magic pill. When people say there's no magic pill in coaching, there actually is. The moment you say yes to yourself, something shifts in your energy field and you start to be open to the opportunities of what's really available for life. It's phenomenal. And so, so I just went right into it. I did everything. I followed the process. I did as my coach told me. Shout out to Richmond Din, the most amazing human in the world. Love him to pieces. He knows that. Yeah. Followed every step and created this business whilst I was also working full time. And about April, I was having a chat to my CEO at the time, and I said, you know what? I think my time here might be finished in a few months because I have to start making a choice. Where am I going to put more of my hours now? Because I was doing 70 hours a week. I was fully invested in my part-time hustle and fully invested in my full-time employment, that it was starting to take its toll. And so I had to make a choice, and it was the scariest, hardest choice I've ever had to do. It was, leaving security of something that I'd been familiar with for 25 years, full-time, nearly multiple six-figure salary, to go into running my own business and having everything sitting on my shoulders. It was insane.
That's pressure.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So how because most people, the majority of people wouldn't make that decision. Most people are, I need to be safe, I need to be secure. But what was that thing that that you were like, okay, I'm going to bet on myself, I'm going to do this? Was it pain that was driving you, or was it pleasure, like a better life, or was it for your kids, or what was that motivation? What was that driver?
I think it was probably the results I was seeing in my clients. I started to realize that I was really, really good at what I was doing. And the 20 odd years of leadership and all of the skills that I'd already accumulated, all brought together, was actually like a bag of goodies. So it was probably the results in my clients. I started to realize there's something really special here, and I'm a facilitator of that. However, it's my thing. And the fulfillment that I would get at the end of a coaching session far exceeded anything that I'd experienced in my corporate job. And I'd had a lot of success, of success in my corporate career. I was in an executive role running really, really big teams. And so I knew what success felt like, and I knew what exceeding results felt like, but I'd never realized that I had missing the spark of joy when you see someone truly heal from something from their past. And it was just phenomenal. So I really believe that it was that probably drew me to believe that if this is something that I can help facilitate, if there is more out there, I want it. I want it.
And was it a smooth process? So I guess like coaching, you can call it maybe champagne, razor blades, a roller coaster of emotions. Was it just, were you just like that?
No.
Or no? Okay.
It looked like that ball of string. You know, we think success is this gorgeous, like nice little incline. It's not. It's up, down, around, back, head between your legs, vomiting from fear, getting up, sweating, making it work, doing it again and again and again. You know, success is actually really boring because you just have to follow the steps. So to be successful is boring. However, to feel into that success whilst you're doing it, that's where the momentum comes from. So yeah, it was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster of amazingness. And having a coach, so I could never have done this on my own. Absolutely never. Never could have I done this on my own. We have to have an inner circle. So when we're in the corporate world, we'll have our executive team or we'll have our management team around us. And those team members help support you when you're feeling a bit down, when you're having a rough day, when you just want to vent, when you want some advice. They support you through that. And when you leave that and go out into business on your own, you have to recreate that environment. And joining a mastermind is one of the best ways to do that, or getting a business coach. So I got both. I joined a mastermind, which has one of the best business coaches for coaching in the world. And he just like supported me through everything. You know, when you've got the people around you that really believe in you and know, like he saw in me something I didn't see in me. And he just nurtured that slowly over the months. And he brought it out and he brought it out and he brought it out until I sat with it and went, holy shit, that's me. I've got this. So the difference was probably I chose to believe in myself. And I chose to, you know, I borrowed Richmond's belief in me until I knew it and owned it myself. And then as soon as I did that, like, you know, 168K in 100 days.
Boom. That's amazing.
Insane.
Talk to me about that. So was it called the Hurt Locker?
Yeah.
Was that what you took part in?
Yeah.
Tell us about that, what that was.
Well, that's actually just an example of my coach's sense of humor. So they created this opportunity for those of us that were just super hungry and really, really impatient, which is me. Being so results driven, that was me. I was in. And so only 5 of us were selected, and we were taken through 100 days of pain, basically, to break through every single limiting belief I had around success. It's called understanding what your upper limit problem is and learning to let it go, love it and let it go. And so, yeah, it was 100 days of pain, yet I loved every second of it. I cried nearly every week. I took every opportunity to really, really lean in, be vulnerable, listen, open up, go searching in my own little unconscious, like where are the hidden vaults of beliefs that I don't even know I have. And, you know, you got to do the work. You got to do the work.
Do you know what? I think I mentioned this on a podcast yesterday. So when I first got into coaching, my very first business coach, she was like, Dre, it's all about like the mindset and like the inner work. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to know about that. Just tell me the strategy. I just want to learn about business.
Give me the roadmap, for God's sake. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was because I was getting really frustrated because I just wanted to know, okay, tell me what I need to do. Let me just follow like the process. And she was like, no, we need to do like your life circle, and we need to like look into that. And I was like, I don't want to learn that. It's about business. I don't care about anything else. And over this journey, I've just heard it so much. And recently, the last couple of weeks, that's all anybody is saying. It's like mindset. And that's exactly what you said with this Hurt Locker. It was just all about what are those higher limiting beliefs, and then how do you like smash through those?
Yeah. And how do you smash through them? You probably just have to own them. You know, like I went through some pretty tough personal time periods this year as well in those 100 days. And that's not by chance, right? That was by choice. I chose to lean in and I chose to really question everything about every belief I'd ever had. And I knew that I was supported. I had my coach and I had my mastermind colleagues. And in doing that, I was able to be a better coach. So in doing that, in kind of clearing my own stuff at a really deep level, my clients have more deeper transformations than they did before. And so for me, it is about the client result. It's about the client journey and the healing and the growth that they get to have so they can break through their ceiling or their own upper limit and live the life that they really, really want. So doing it yourself allows you to support that in your clients. So, you know, why did I do it? Originally I started because I wanted to support my family and myself better.
Yeah.
And that's just like a beautiful byproduct. Now it's about how many women out there can I help them break through those beliefs, because they're going to flow that onto their family, those around them. You know, generational patterns get broken and all the amazing stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let me ask you a question. Why do you think, so with coaching, like the stats are, they say only 4% of coaches make it to 100K.
Yeah.
So why do you think, say, like people like such as yourself can make it and the majority of others don't? What do you think that the difference is there?
Really great question. We were having this conversation over dinner in Sydney last week with some of the plats from Point One. So I believe it is about living a cause, and it's going past, it's really living at cause. It's everything that happens around me. How am I contributing to that? What do I need to do differently? How do I need to own it? How do I need to love it? Like really, really living at cause. So for those of you that are aware, that means above the line, total responsibility, total ownership, accountability, owning your own shit and moving through it and accepting it and making the change, doing the work. So I really think it's living at cause. It's also consistency. It is consistency. It's if you say you're gonna get up at 5 a.m. and go for a run, you freaking get up at 5 a.m. and you go for a run for no other reason than you are keeping your word to yourself. The more you keep your word to yourself, the greater your internal confidence and the greater the quality of experience of that day you have. So it's definitely about consistency and keeping your word to yourself, living at cause, and I don't know, like being okay with fear.
Being okay with fear.
Yeah. Like dancing with fear, seeing fear as a gift rather than something to run away from.
So that's it's so interesting that you talk about fear. So I've set myself a massive, some people, probably most people would say like an impossible goal. So it's
I like it already.
Yeah, so it's a case of, you know, like if I hit it, I know that there's going to be so many more opportunities that are going to open up for me. And then I've been thinking, because a little bit of like self-doubt creeps in, and I've been thinking, okay, if I don't, you know, what's going to be the consequence of that? So, and I know that you can only sort of control what you can control. So you can control your actions, and then I don't know, maybe you need a little bit of luck or things to go your way. And it's, you know, like everything comes down to, you know, am I going to be like loved? Am I going to be accepted? Am I going to be, so it's, all those sort of things. So I guess I've got a couple of questions. So how would you, I guess, your advice to me, just stand up to it, face the fear, just do everything that you possibly can to get that result.
Yeah, it is know that you can. Know that if you can imagine it, you can actually have it. The fact that you've imagined it, the fact that you've, you know, created it in your mind means you can actually have it. So what's getting in your way from thinking that you can have it or from taking the action to do those things? And just analyze them. Like, for what purpose do you think it's in your way? What's it holding you back from? You know, the little devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder, that little devil, like, he pretends he's your friend, but he just wants you to play small, because that's the safe old crop brain. And it's just how we're built. So we have to consciously choose to push past it. And so, feel the fear. Oh my gosh, like the morning I ran my first boot camp in September, which was part of the fear I had in my body was so intense. It was insane. And I knew I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to follow through, because I had all these people that were attending and they were relying on me. But the fear was insane. And then at the end of the day, the euphoria. Like, I was on cloud nine. Oh, it was better than, things.
What things?
It was like what was going on inside my body from all of the release of all the amazing, great hormones. It was incredible. And, that can then become addictive. So it's just, like, know that fear, the body's response to fear is exactly the same as excitement. So just choose what you want it to mean.
All right. So what advice would you give to, like, new coaches coming in and them wanting to, I guess, like, be a success or be consistent? What would be?
Yeah, definitely the advice is choose your inner circle. Choose the people that you're going to have around you. Choose people that have been there, that have done it already, and they know, there's some weird feedback, and they know the steps.
Yeah. Are you still getting feedback, or a little bit? Okay, cool. So with me, I'll just quickly, I'll just give you a couple more questions. So with the 0.1 thing, each boot camp that we've had every 3 or 4 months, the first one that I attended was January, and similar to you, it was, I was like, 25, whatever like the price is. I was like, that's more expensive than than anything that I've invested in myself, and like say even cars that I've bought. And I thought going to Tony Robbins, like the very first time, I thought that was expensive, and that was like $1,000. Yeah, and then you realise you get there and you see all the other people that are investing in themselves, and then Date with Destiny, that's like $5 or $6 grand, $10 grand, and it's you need to invest in yourself so other people can invest in you. It's
Yeah, you do. However, you need to invest in yourself, because for what purpose wouldn't you?
Oh, mic drop moment there. Yeah, love that. For what purpose?
Yeah, for what purpose wouldn't you? Like, we've been gifted life. We've got health. We've got our brains. Like,
all right. Sorry, say that again.
Why play small?
Why play small? Got to play big. All right. So, what was the other question that I was going to ask you? So, what you do? So, you're is it mindset mastery coach for women?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how can people get hold of you? And what sort of like programs or breakthroughs do you offer?
Yeah. Thank you. So definitely Facebook. I know that you've got the links to some of my locations on social media, so thank you. Definitely Facebook. Just find me on Facebook, send me a DM, and we can have a chat. I run monthly ditch self-sabotage challenges. Self-sabotage is my jam. It's my thing. I know it inside out intimately. I've had a very colourful life. And so I run those monthly. The next one starts on the 10th of January. And then I have my own Radiant Unity Mastermind, which is a mastermind for women in business and leadership. And it's, the promise is they break through that ceiling and they get to where they want to go. So there's a few other coaching programs. Full day personal breakthroughs are amazing. It's we all need one, I believe. We all need one to just remove all of the old beliefs that were programmed by our parents and their parents and their parents, and they're not even ours. So let's just get rid of them and find some new ones.
All right, and 2 more questions. So in the 0.1 mastermind, I believe there are 4 go-to people, and you are one of those. So why do you think people will, come to you instead of reaching out to other people. So all I hear about you is just amazing, good things. And
Thank you.
and I think that's testament to you, your personality, to what you've achieved, and who you are at your core. Because you've been in there a short time, but it's just amazing. So what do you think that is? Yeah.
Oh gosh. Perhaps because I'm open to sharing. I didn't get to where I am by doing it on my own at all. The years that I did try to do it on my own, life was not good. And I didn't get to where I am by doing it on my own. So perhaps it's because there is this inner need that I'd like to give back. And I don't want anybody thinking they have to do it on their own, because you don't, we're social creatures. We're not meant to do life by ourselves. So maybe that's why, I'm happy to, I'm always happy to help someone out if they have a quality question that they're really struggling with. And if they've got enough balls to reach out and say, I really, really would love to spend some time with you and pick your brain. Yeah, I'm all there.
I love that. All right, so very last question. Is there anything that you would like to leave the audience with? So whether it's a motivational quote, dad joke, because I'm obsessed with dad jokes. Okay,
so I had a chat to my 14-year-old teenage boy before I jumped on this morning, and I said, all right, mate, what's the worst joke you've ever heard? Or let's be really honest, what's the funniest joke that you love? And so he said to me, how do you make a Kleenex dance?
Oh, no. That was the best.
That's funny. He loves boogers, right? He loves boogers. So, you put a boogie in it. But, to finish on, as Shane mentioned yesterday, I'd rather finish on a little bit of a motivational quote. So I think one of the greatest things for me was the learning of, I used to think that luck is what I needed. I needed luck to be able to get anywhere. And I'd have all my little lucky things for before I'd have big meetings with work and things like that. And then as I got into the personal development journey, I realized luck and chance, it's a load of crap. Life doesn't change by chance or luck. It always changes by choice. So we have to make the choice first. We have to choose the action, and then the results will come. So my quote is, life doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. So choose your actions wisely.
Melinda, I just want to say a massive, huge thank you for giving up your time on Christmas Eve and coming back and just sharing your journey. It's incredible, it's inspiring, it's empowering, it's motivating, and just got so much love for you. So Merry Christmas to you and your family, and everyone in Point One. And I'm going to be there in the second week of January. And
I will see you there. I'm crewing. So see you there. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate the time.
You are so welcome.